Good morning from the Atlanta Beltline. Guys, this is a massive sidewalk that was built, I think, in the early 2000s, inspired by a university student who wrote a master thesis saying that Atlanta needs to become less car dependent. It's a major city here, people from all over the world moving here for jobs. We got the busiest airport in the world here in Atlanta. The population's growing and traffic is horrendous. So I guess Atlanta really needs something like the Beltline to make the city more accessible by foot. Here's a part of it. We got electric scooters, as you can see over here, and I decided to visit Atlanta without a car to test the Beltline and its efficiency and see how we can get around and who we can meet along the way. We got Atlanta right here, and these are the old railroad tracks. You can see the trains came from 4 different directions, and Atlanta was this city that wasn't a city of its own, like a unified city. It was a bunch of neighborhoods around these railroads. And so if you look at a map of Atlanta, you'll see there's just a bunch of different mini cities. That's how it was developed. And so I think that contributed to a lot of the bad planning, the car dependency, because you can't just become a city with no plan. And look, the whole way through, when you're walking on the Beltline, you see where the train track used to be, and that's how you know you're still walking on the Beltline. I actually like how they threw up all this art on the wall here, because if you're gonna have a long ass sidewalk, you gotta have things on the way to keep you entertained. Otherwise the walk feels long, exhausting, boring. I think this is the part that I read about on the internet, the Krog Street Tunnel. We're gonna walk through it real quick. You can see it, various points along the Beltline. You can just grab electric scooters, and I think we're gonna start to see more shops and more people as we make our way along the Beltline. Here it is, the tunnel. And I heard that the art here is always changing. So depending on the day that you come here, you'll see some different art. So coming out the tunnel, you gotta make sure that you stay on the Beltline. It's very easy to get off at certain points. So you gotta look for the railroad tracks again. You got the sign, and we're back on it. Atlanta's really nice. I mean, I wouldn't say that there's much of an exciting vibe. You wake up here in the morning and it's just kind of this chill place, at least here. There's the MARTA, the passenger train that runs on these elevated platforms alongside the old train tracks that is now a sidewalk. So it's funny how Atlanta works. It's like, let's do something with our old railroads to make sure people can get around on foot, and then we need a new railroad so people can get around by train. Now it's starting to feel like less of a nature walk and more of a city walk. You see apartments, gyms, restaurants, more apartments. Can see the people, the city of Atlanta enjoying their day, walking, listening to music, walking their dogs, biking, jogging. All this stuff didn't exist, I think, like 3-4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. That's the vibe I'm getting.
To the point where, like, I thought, okay,
and this is where the controversy starts, guys. I don't know if you can see the sign up there. So, as you can assume, it's impossible to build something as nice as the Beltline without an argument. And that's where this sign comes in. You'll see a bunch of them. It says, transit yes, streetcar no, save the Beltline. You can scan the QR code, and that's what I did to learn a little bit more about the argument amongst Atlanta residents. It says, we want more transit and we love the Beltline. That's why we're urging MARTA and the city to rethink transit on the Beltline. Rail on the Beltline is inequitable, unnecessary, and extravagant. It threatens precisely those qualities that make the Beltline a success. Well, I'm not part of this whole Beltline argument, but I gotta tell you, this website and these transit people, the anti-streetcar people, I'm assuming are the ones who live here. They like living in silence. They like the Beltline as it is. But if we think of the Beltline as a way to make transportation more available, for people to actually get around the city without needing a car, then maybe a streetcar wouldn't be so bad. I think I'm on team streetcar, but who cares what I think? I don't live here.
Usually when it's sunny out around the afternoon time, I come out here on the Beltline in Atlanta and get my cardio in skating because it's very tiring. I wouldn't put a train here because I feel like it's already, right now it's slow. When you're skating up the Beltline or on a scooter or biking, when it's busy, it's so packed. And if the train was here, I feel like the train would make it so much more congested that it would be like unpleasant for people like who jog or ride bikes, scooter, skateboard. Because when it's busy, I actually just walk it, you know.
Yo, this guy's racing a car. Look at that. Yo, bro, bring it around close to me. I'll film it. This guy's got this remote controlled car that's going so fast. You got all types of hobbies around here. Yeah, if I was a dog, I'd be terrified. This lady and her dog are yelling at this guy for driving the remote controlled car that is way too fast in my opinion, but it's impressive. And it's leaving tracks all along this field. The guy's just walking around controlling it with a remote, and this lady is very frustrated. I think she's gonna yell at me now for asking the guy to drive it around. Why?
She's not having a good time. Look, she's straight up.
Yeah, she's really mad.
Did she say something to you?
I think she was gonna come talk to me.
She thought it was your fault. What did she just say?
I don't want to start any fights. I was intrigued by the what?
Yeah, she about to tell him.
I mean, what's up, guys? It's Adam. Nice to meet you.
Same.
Hey, this man.
How you doing, bro?
How's it going?
Roderick as well, doing it.
I try, bro.
Where you from?
I'm from Wales.
Wales.
Yeah, fam.
What you doing out here?
Huh?
What you doing out here?
My parents own a bunch of stuff, fam.
Really?
Yeah.
How long you been in Atlanta?
On and off. On and off. I just came back like last month.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Are there a
in
lot of
last
people
month I
from
just
Wales
got
here?
back. Huh?
Do you meet a lot of other people from Wales here?
Nah.
You're the only person I met from Wales in my life, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, no cap,
Yeah.
same shit.
Look at this. All along the Beltline, any opportunity to display art, graffiti. I guess this is more of a graffiti vibe. I'm impressed with how clean it is here. You know, in a lot of other cities, you would expect to see a whole bunch of garbage under a bridge like this, but it seems pretty neat. What a beautiful day to enjoy this. And then you have Midtown or downtown Atlanta or whatever over on our left. What's this place here?
This actually is 4th Ward, the number 4
Yeah,
W,
yeah.
4th Ward. And these are Class A office towers. We have a boutique hotel and residential. It also includes a dog park that's in Old 4th Ward. So we're connected to the Atlanta Beltline, the Old 4th Ward Park, Old 4th Ward Ponce, and then Ponce City Market is right across the street.
And how long has all this been around?
This has been in existence, fully constructed, about 2 years.
Oh, very new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Both
And you've been working here since it started?
I've been working here since January 15th of 2024.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And I'm the manager of the security team here, ProSecure.
What's your name?
ProSecure, Richard.
Adam.
Richard Furry.
Adam. Nice to
Adam,
meet
nice
you.
to meet
And you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. Yeah, I'm here in Atlanta for the first time, so
Oh
just
yeah.
taking a walk on the Beltline, seeing what there is out there.
Enjoy. That's what we were talking about. I was born and raised here, and I remember this when it was just a land for Georgia Power to park their vehicles, and now it's evolved to this.
Yeah. Do you remember the railroad tracks here as well?
Railroad tracks too. That's why when I was Googling it, I wanted to see how far the actual Beltline goes. It technically goes 22 miles, but 11 miles of it you can actually walk. And then the rest of it dumps into parks and different neighborhoods that you can probably traverse through and then reconnect back to other trails.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting because they say that they have 13 more projects for 2025, which will increase more coverage for people to walk and scooter and bike.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing the city evolving to that. Most definitely.
I was wondering, because I saw the signs about the streetcar, no streetcar, and this is my first time on the Beltline. It's lovely. Do you think it would be better if there was a train here?
Yeah, well, originally it was supposed to be a train and they ran out of money.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like they ran out of money because they built all this stuff.
Oh, they didn't build all that.
What happened?
Yep, I mean, they did this. So the Beltline went around the whole city, and then like it was it's just a path all the way over. They still haven't even paved the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Just had an Atlanta man tell me that they were supposed to build a train that ran along the old railroad tracks here on the Beltline, and they ran out of money, so they just kept it a sidewalk, which is still unfinished. And I guess all the building that we're seeing around us is actually just other developers, other private entities putting businesses here. So you got the Ponce City Market. I guess we can go check it out. I didn't really want to go and eat at a market like this, but I feel like first time in Atlanta, it's necessary. I don't know what this whole outdoor area is for, but the food hall is downstairs, I was told. There it is. This is the Ponce City Market, some apartments, I guess. The Beltline where we came from, and we're gonna go down to the food hall here. What do we got? First option, bar vegan. Screw that. Gonna stay away from that. And I guess you'll see there's a whole other level down there of more restaurants and bars. And where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Little Beltline detour, guys. This is what it's like in Atlanta in 2025. We're gonna get something to eat. Okay, here it is. Welcome to Ponce. I feel like I've been welcome to Ponce 4 times. I'm just trying to get some food. We're at a place called Botiwala, makers of fine kebabs and grilled meats. Let's give it a go. Okay. It's really not bad. It's just 20 bucks, you know, but it's not bad at all. Persian, Indian, gentrified, and a nice piece of naan bread. I'm not complaining. Some cilantro, coleslaw, whatever else is going on in there. Come here to play and vibe a little bit?
In between skate sessions when I feel like my legs are getting a little dusty, I come here to practice because I don't have a piano at home, so I just figured, you know, if I'm going to destroy something, create something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you were at the skate park at the Beltline?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So the Beltline, this is my first time here. I just had some lunch at Ponce City Market. Yeah, so I'm getting to know Atlanta kind of through the Beltline.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly the Beltline's the best place to start because it connects to everything, you know, so you can go all the way from if you go that way, you go to Piedmont Park. If you go this way, you get all the way like Inman Park and like that area, so.
Yeah.
I think just keep popping into different restaurants along the way, man, and find some cool stuff. For
yeah,
sure.
I'm on my way up to Piedmont and I'm just taking these little detours.
Yeah, man, they just added a whole new section of past Piedmont Park. There's a whole like nice little like wooded trail that you go through. It's not like a hike. You know?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you say the Beltline is more like a recreational, like it's a place for people to enjoy like their skateboard, bike, walk their dogs? Is it, or is it also convenient transport-wise, like getting around?
It's convenient transport-wise. I think if you don't mind walking, you know, so you're definitely gonna get your steps in for sure if you're on the Beltline because it's connected, but there's like a lot of gaps in between. That's why they put the scooters out there. If you're not afraid to jump on the scooters, it's definitely worth it. But like I'm always gonna skateboard or ride my bike, so I think it's really accessible for people that have like vehicles, but if you want to walk, you just got to pick your places.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes it's good to park and walk. Like if you know you're going to be going to a different section that you're not planning on being walking around, drive there, walk around that section, and then drive back to where you're going to. You know.
Yeah.
There's
Gotcha.
usually plenty of parking along the Beltline too. So.
Right. Do you think they should throw the streetcar on there?
I mean, everybody's against it, but I figured it would make if you're owning a business on the Beltline, it's gonna make more sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, we're in a lazy situation where people don't want to walk. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it would be a bad thing. You know?
Yeah.
I think honestly, they should get rid of the motorized. The people riding their motorized bikes and stuff in there should be a thing, and they should put the streetcar. You know?
Right.
That would make more sense. I think that's a lot of the reason too. People don't like walking because people are flying by them on these bikes and stuff like that, and they feel like it's dangerous. You know?
Yeah. At certain parts, I didn't know exactly where I was supposed to walk. 'Cause I see people walking on this side, and I got
There
bikes.
is supposed to be a right, like you're driving down the street, right side goes that way, well, the left side goes that way, but there's people that walk, 5 and 6 across. And
Exactly.
As somebody on my skateboard, I just weave, just weave in between where I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the main ideas behind the Beltline to have the walking trail, but then a perimeter light rail line.
Was that the initial plan? To
Yeah.
have the train?
Yeah, for years and years and years.
And what happened?
Well, for whatever reason, there's a lot of resistance to having the viable transit. There's some factions that want to pave more and have a separate right-of-way for scooters and bicycles. There's another faction that wants to have more pavement, but put so-called self-driving pods
Right.
for transit. But my objection to the alternatives that have been proposed are they're not inclusive at all. With scooters and bikes really fit people can use that, and that excludes handicapped, elderly, moms with pushing a baby stroller, etc.
How's your day going, sir?
Very well. Yourself?
Pretty good. First time on the Beltline, so I'm just taking it all in.
It's pretty cool, right?
It is cool.
Beautiful out here.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Enjoy yourself, man.
Keep on almost getting hit by people on bikes just flying by. It's more of like a recreational skate park and jogging path. I wouldn't say that the Beltline is ultra convenient for getting around the city of Atlanta. I don't know, maybe there are some train stations nearby where we can actually access other parts of the city, but I'm getting the vibe that for the most part it's just a place to really get your exercise and maybe go to those food markets. And I think what we're coming up on right now is Piedmont Park. This is like the central park of Atlanta. You can see the city in the background, and apparently this is where they shoot movies and pretend like it's Central Park in New York, but it's actually Piedmont Park in Atlanta. So we're gonna take a look and see what the park experience is like. It seems pretty basic so far, but we have made it to our destination. This is where we end our Beltline adventure. And yeah, guys, still a lot more to see in Atlanta. I can tell you this Beltline thing is really, really cool. It's interesting, it's exciting. It is opening up a lot of opportunities for the city. I think the locals like it, but of course, you have a little bit of discourse, some argument about what the Beltline should actually be for the city of Atlanta. And that's a struggle, but I'm sure that the city can find a way to overcome it and keep most of the residents happy. And whoever doesn't like it can move somewhere else, right? I think that's fair to say. Anyways, guys, Piedmont Park, Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for joining.